this is us. I want to say an addition, Colin, but Jamie just left, and he always gives me the look when I try to say addition, or what is it? What number are we? I don't even know, right? Anyways, for this show, we have a special guest. I'm actually very excited about this podcast. Yeah. I'm like, Valter Feleja's in the house. I know. Oh, we're not allowed to slam on the table.
Oh, this is very, okay. I reverse the slams.
Portuguese, eh?
Take it easy. Relax.
We got Valter Feleja from Vitality Health and Wellness. I get my hair done there by Magena.
Yes.
Why didn't we have Magena here?
Magena is doing some modeling.
Oh, she's modeling, eh? Look at her,
Look at
eh?
her.
Modeling.
Fancy schmancy.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah.
Fancy. But you contacted me.
Yes.
I want to touch base on this. You contacted me because of this online coaching. Mm-hmm. And what is it? Online coaching, mentorship.
Yes. So is it okay if I give a background on what I do in general?
Yeah. Let's do this.
Okay. So Vitality is all about beauty inside out. And creating,
we talked about this.
And creating optimal levels of health, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. And so at our place, we offer hair, makeup, more of the outside beauty stuff, and also massage, acupuncture, craniosacral therapy, iridology, bioenergetics.
When did you add all of this? Like, I'm confused. I thought you were just massaging hair. That's it.
That's too boring. I got to keep going. You know,
that's
I got to keep at it.
Man.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
It's really important for me to provide the top-notch service and different modalities to help people reach optimal levels of health. So
Look at you.
I know. Hello.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Can we put the website, Vitality Health? You guys have a website, right?
Yeah, www.vitalityhwb.com.
So we'll do like a little boop, right, Colin? I love when I do that boop and then something comes up, boop. Yeah. So let's do that. But you did this online mentorship as well, right?
Yes.
Like I'm excited about. I'm personally excited about this because I'm all about positivity. Let's keep everything positive.
Absolutely.
So we've always talked about this though, right?
Yeah.
I know I did. What was it? Not the acupuncture. What did I do?
We did BIE, so
That's
bioenergetic intolerance elimination.
That's right.
And basically what I do is I muscle test to figure out what's out of balance in a person's body, whether it's hormonal, emotional, environmental, or digestive.
Yeah.
And whatever's out of whack, I send those frequencies back in the body through acupuncture points.
That's right.
Your body will recognize the frequency and balance itself out.
It hurt a lot. Like no, I'm kidding. It didn't hurt. I was such a baby. You were like a 10-year-old did this and she didn't.
That's
cry.
true. That is
and
very
I was
true.
Crying.
A 10-year-old took it and did not whine at all.
But I did throughout the whole session.
I'm just kidding.
It's just true though. It is true. But
story.
I do true story. I'm going to say personal. We're getting on a personal level.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was having a hard time getting pregnant with little Z, my first baby. And you were like, hey, try the session out, Carm. Mm-hmm. Let's try to rebalance. And we did. And it hurt. It hurt, man. But like not even 2 months later, I was pregnant. So I do want to say thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, you're like, I assisted.
Yes,
but
yes.
Not in that way.
Not in that way, yeah. Just a partnership. I did not do the full work.
Yeah. No, but
actually,
you're
one of 21 people I've helped conceive a baby.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm always pushing that, but personally, you're like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. But honestly, you did help me. And I want to thank you. And Zendaya as well, like the pregnancy with Zendaya. Yep. I did the session. I hate doing that session because it hurts. But one of those sessions, I want to emphasize, you talked about this mentality thing.
Yes.
That's why I got into it. So this was about 2 years ago. You talked about it. You were like, we grow up in a world where we're like inundated with negativity.
Absolutely.
Like you see it on the news, on, your friends, your center of influences. It doesn't matter. Your circle. Mm-hmm. I was talking about this with the team. Your inner circle is, pick them wisely.
That's right.
Right? Because if you have a bad apple, everybody's bad, right? Like it ends up turning bad. So you talked about this. You were like, I'm going to create, I'm going to do it because, you were always positive. I love going to Vitality because when I see you, it's like, it's amazing. It's like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, thank you.
So that's when you told me about the online, I was super stoked. I was like, you know what? Valter, come in.
Let's do it.
Let's do this, right? So I want to touch on that.
Yeah.
What does that offer you? What does that look like, right? For anybody looking to change their mindset, change their life. What does that look like?
Okay. So basically what I've discovered working with so many different people and seeing what causes their imbalances I noticed a couple major things. One, people don't understand how their mind works. Not at all. And that's going to be a big component of this program.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes. The next thing too is they don't understand the power they hold within themselves. They don't know who they are as a human being.
That's crazy.
And I think that's a very important thing to know. Without getting too deep in it, it's kind of like, you know, you're connected to something more powerful than us. And this is not like a religious debate or anything.
No. We talked about this. It's not.
Exactly.
Right?
But it's like, so whatever, that's the other part is and you have to understand you're connected to something bigger than you.
Of course.
Right. So whether you call it God, Allah, Yahweh, source, infinite intelligence, nature, you can call it bacon for all I care. I don't really care what you call it, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's whatever you feel comfortable. And whatever that is, you have to understand what that is to you. So a lot of people who've come in and we talk about it, I'm like, well, what's your belief system? What do you believe in? They'll be like, oh, I believe in God or whatever it is. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
And then I'll be like, okay, well, what is it to you? Because they almost are insulted that I asked them, which is so funny.
Everybody, when it's religion, everybody
gets sensitive,
insulted.
right? And it's not the intention at all, right? Yeah. So it's like, and then they'll be like, well, I don't know what it is. So how could you tell me you believe in something you don't even know what it is?
Yeah.
So that tells me we're not thinking. 2% of people think, 3% of people think they think, 95% of people would rather die than think.
Wow, that's crazy.
Okay. So that's
like a truth bomb that just got dropped, Colin? Done.
Look, my brain's pouring out of my ear right now. I'm going to clean up. I'm just kidding. Okay, so when I look at that, I'm thinking, my job is not to tell people what to do. It's to educate people.
100%.
Right? So why I want to educate people? Because I want them to think for themselves and create something new in their life. Create a whole new life. That's
amazing.
That's the purpose of this whole thing.
So let me ask you, like I was talking to somebody previous this morning. I met with somebody and they were saying that they are always used to being in a relationship.
Okay.
Do you think that that's like the norm? Like that, is that the norm? Like people just jump from relationship to relationship and they never actually get to know themselves as a human being. Yeah. Is that what, because you're always craving the love, you're always craving the attention, you're always craving. So is that what ends up happening?
Yeah, if we go even, no, you're right. Like for most people, I find if you want to even go deeper than that, it's all about programming, right? So from the age of conception to 7, you've been programmed. Your subconscious mind is wide open.
By your parents, yeah.
By your parents, your culture, your religion, your life experiences, the time you're raised in, media, etc. Right? So that being said, we have this checklist of life that we have. It's like, okay, well, I have to finish school. And they're all good. There's nothing good or bad. It's just things to do, right? Finish school. Okay, I got to get my job next. Okay, well, I'm dating this person. I better marry them. But they don't even know why. They're just doing it because it's what they've been programmed to do.
That's crazy.
Right? So it's like, say if they're dating, they become single. Instead of figuring out, because most people have a pattern.
Yeah, that's right.
And they don't understand it's all programming. So what's the pattern? And what's your part in that pattern? Why do you attract the men you attract or the women you attract? Right? Because it's the same thing. So I'll give you an example. Is it okay if I share a story?
Yeah,
so,
sure.
And I'm not going to use names because it's
don't
all confidential.
No, better not be a
hello, Carmen.
Because we've talked. No, I'm kidding.
Deep talks, okay?
Deep talks with Valter Feleja.
Okay, so one of my clients, I'll give 2 stories quick. So one of my clients' goals was, I want to get married. I go, no, you don't. And she's like, yes, I do. I'm like, no, you don't. And we're debating back and forth for like a minute. And I wish I could have recorded it because it was freaking hilarious because I wasn't budging and she wasn't budging. I go, no, you want to meet the man of your dreams and create an amazing life with him. And she's like, yeah. I go, what you said and I said are 2 different things. Total two different vibrations.
So true. Oh my gosh.
Because the vibration she's on, she'll
just get married to anybody.
The universe will bring her a man like that.
Colin, you can't just marry anybody.
Yeah. Slow it down, bro. Take it easy. Okay? Take it easy. Okay. And then, so then she realized, I'm like, okay, so I want you to be more attached to what you actually desire, not the programming. You just taught that you should be married. No, you should desire the man of your dreams and create an amazing life with them. Universe. Yeah. And then that's what you will get.
We talked about that though.
Okay. Yes.
Right?
So next one, the woman was divorced, single for 4 years, has done her work. She's ready to get back out there. I'm like, awesome. What do you desire in a man? Well, I don't want him to smoke. I don't want him to be a cheater. I don't want this and I don't want that.
The negativity.
Thank you. So the problem is, I didn't ask you what you didn't want. I asked you what you wanted. Now, the universe doesn't understand no, don't.
Those don't.
2 words.
It's
it
whatever
doesn't.
You project out
That's
there.
right. So where's all our energy in?
In the negativity.
That's
so
right.
You're going to end up attracting the negativity.
So I'm not psychic by any means.
So smart.
Very smart. Very smart. But knowing that, it's like, okay, well, I'm not psychic, but I can tell you she's going to attract a man that's one of those things, a combination or all of them.
Yeah.
Right? So I asked her, can you tell me, because you must have experienced that, which is fine. So you should pop the champagne. That's amazing that you experienced it. Why? Because it makes
won't
it
do it
crystal
again.
makes it crystal clear in what you desire.
Yeah.
Now, if we put all our energy into what we desire and let go of the past, you create a new future.
Wow, what a truth bomb, eh? Mm-hmm. You know what? That's awesome. So tell me, what are these online courses? How can you sign up? What is the process?
So by November, I'll be posting like some different videos of how it's going to work. It's going to be out there, and all you do would log on, you order it, and I'll either have a payment system, and we can talk about that with whoever decides to join up.
For sure.
And it's a 6-month program, 13 modules. And how it works is with each module, you'll get a synopsis of the whole thing, a video, 5-10 minutes long. And the video needs to be watched every day for 2 weeks straight.
So what kind of video is it? Is it like motivational?
It's more educational.
Okay.
It's more educational. And the reason why you watch it every day for the first 2 weeks, so each module is 2 weeks long.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's auto-suggestion. The repetition.
Yeah.
That's going to penetrate
sense.
your subconscious
That's
mind.
right. Okay.
And then you have written content and a quiz or questionnaire to fill out.
Nice.
Okay. Because I want to see where you are in the understanding of what I'm preaching here. Okay. Then 2 calls a week. So I'm going to be holding people accountable.
That's amazing.
Right. So you basically have a coach for 6 months on you for two days a week. And then they can private message me if they have any questions, or I'll have a private Facebook group for them. And that part's called the mental gym, because I look at the mind like a muscle.
Of course.
Right. And if we're working it out every day properly, because it's not practice makes perfect, it's perfect practice makes perfect.
Wow.
Right. Because you can
that
practice
was like a mouthful. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like.
Right. So because the problem is a lot of people will do something, learn something, do it daily, but they're doing it wrong.
That's right.
Right. So you're still going to.
those people at the gym. Everybody knows them.
100%.
We get those. What do you call those clips? What is it? I watch it all the time on like YouTube. It's so funny.
Yeah, when people are like doing
You're
something.
doing it wrong.
Yeah, very wrong. Right. And then you're not going to get the results.
Yeah.
So with the whole program, you're going to learn what to focus on, what to do, and practice it daily, and have somebody reassure it. Because now they can ask me questions on the call. They can ask me in the private group.
Nice.
Or they can ask me privately and I'll answer on the call, but anonymous,
like
right?
You've come so far.
Oh, thank you.
Massage therapist, like today, like that's exciting.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I know we talked about it, like you've, and I always wondered, like we grew up similar, right?
Yeah.
Like you have that whole, and it's nothing against the Portuguese.
Nothing. I love them.
We've said
Feliz Navidad. I love that. I love
No, but seriously, we talked about this. Like the negativity, like, oh, I'm dying. And we watched this on, what is it, Portuguese funny guy? What do you call it? The Portuguese guys? What are they called? The
Portuguese kids. Yes.
They make fun of the Portuguese.
It's very funny.
They do it, and it's funny because it's true.
Yes.
Right? So we talked about this. How did you get to there to here? Like, I know, and people ask me this all the time, right? And I've said this to you. I'm like, we grew up similar.
Yes.
Right? We did.
Yes, we did.
So it's like, how did we get to this mindset?
That is a very good question, actually. And I think people can relate that are going to be watching this, because you have to look at what the belief systems were. So if I use my family, and your family's probably similar, it's like they were raised poor.
Oh, okay, 100%. Poor mentality.
Yeah, poor person mentality, right? And I don't blame them, because they had to start working from 7 to 8 years old.
100%.
And that's all they knew. And they came to a country.
Though, I was 12 years old. I was on the farm working, picking weeds.
100%.
All day, 12 hours. My dad would drop us off before he went to work, and he picked us up at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right? It taught us to work hard.
Yeah. So there's good paradigms out of there.
For sure.
Hardworking,
100%.
family-oriented, passionate people. Like, that's all great.
Passionate people, yeah.
That's why we have to say, take it easy. Every once in a while, take it easy.
Yeah.
Fudge and relax, take it easy, right? Okay, so every once in a while we need that, because we're very passionate people, and I think sometimes that comes across as like, holy crap, relax.
Yeah,
you know
100%.
Well, use your inside voice. That is an inside voice. Oh, I'm slamming. I'm sorry, I can't slam. I forgot. You have to remind me every once in a while. See that it comes out. So other paradigms, and I'm going to use myself in this example. My relationship with money was absolutely atrocious.
Yeah. Oh,
atrocious.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me. Yeah, I know.
Why?
Yeah.
So because my family was raised poor, and then they think, oh, if you have a lot of money, you probably did something bad. Money is the root of all evil. These kind of belief systems start to pop up.
100%.
Then religious part, which probably think hit me more. So imagine being grade 3, similar raised, and you hear your number one job is on this planet is to be the best person you can be.
Yeah.
And then you'll go to heaven. So I'm like, shit, hook me up. That's my jam. that's
my jam.
That's what I want. That's what I love. Okay. And I totally connected. I was a very spiritual kid, even young.
Yeah, we used to remember at church.
Yeah.
You would be at the corner all the time. We were
Yeah.
like, there's Valter.
And I would go by myself without my
Yeah,
family.
I know. That's
Okay?
what I'm saying. You would be standing there
And
by yourself.
I took it very serious because I'll never forget. I can't remember which teacher it was when she was like, when you get confirmed that you become an adult in the church. And I was like, hell yeah, that's me.
Every
like,
Sunday you were
I would be
there in the back standing.
Yeah.
You would stand too. Look
That's
at the
right.
sacrifices he made. It was crazy.
I let other people sit, okay? I don't have to. I was young. I could handle that. So hearing that, it's like, okay, then you hear it. It's easier to find a needle in a haystack than a rich man and go to heaven. So imagine, us being young, hearing that, you're like, holy crap, what does that mean? Being rich must be bad. What makes you rich is money. So money must be bad. So subconsciously, I put in my mind that money's bad.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, I become a young adult, and I want to be the...
And he's balling. He's balling. He's spending all his money. Don't lie.
Well, before that, okay, I want to make a lot of money. I want to attract it. Because money is abundance, and abundance is the universe. It's God.
Yeah.
Poverty is a mental illness. That's what it is.
Sad.
Yeah, because it's lack.
Oh, that was pretty deep.
Right? So because...
Jamie's like...
Right? So you can't think... When people think they're in a state of poverty and they, oh, no, but I'm so spiritual. I'm like, yeah, but you're not understanding. Being spiritual is meaning you're in a higher vibration. When you're in a higher vibration, that means happiness, love, joy, gratitude, abundance. Okay? That's when you're closest to God. Because if God was water, it'd be a tsunami. It's like, oh yeah, I'm in this. Oh yeah, right? You're feeling good, right?
Man,
but when you're
truth bomb.
When you're on lower vibrations like anger, stress, anxiety, depression, frustration, poverty, lack, state of lack, then if the universe or God is water, it's like someone's pinching the hose and you're getting drips.
Wow, that's crazy.
Okay, so that's
Jamie, that's pretty deep.
So man. That's what. Yeah, okay, I gotta
just
go, guys.
I
gotta go. I gotta leave on a good note, like George Costanza. Okay. So it's like I look at it like that. So when people are telling me, "Oh, I'm so spiritual, I'm so this," but they're in a state of lack or angry all the time, like, no, you still have a lot to go, a lot of growth to go, and we all do, and that's part of being a human.
100%.
And that's the beautiful part about being human. It's the human experience. When people tell me, "Oh, I know this, I got it," you ain't got shit. No, you don't. People think they know. When you tell me you know, you don't know.
No, you're right. You're 100%.
And you've stopped growing if you think you know everything.
No, I'm gonna have to say you're bang on about this. When I can say that I realized I arrived when my dad was in the ICU, and the whole family was in total chaos. And I sat on the side, and I swear, Valter, I'm not joking. I called my husband and I said, I need you here because I think I'm losing my mind. Because everybody's like, why are you so airy calm? And it was like, it was an event that was happening. You're watching it. And you know, as a human being, you need to go through this, whether it be today, whether it be in a month's time or 10 years from now. My father it's inevitable. He's going to pass away. Yeah. And being in that ICU and everybody, and it's hard. And I'm not saying that it's easy. Things. It's one of the hardest things to watch somebody die, and everybody's coming to say their last respects, and you know it's your dad, and it's the person you love the most. It's hard.
Absolutely.
And I swear I said to Zervain, I called him, and he will attest to this. I said, I think I'm losing my mind. You need to come here and be my center right now. And he came and he just sat in silence. We held hands and sat in silence. And I went in the next day. My dad passed away at 1:10 and I held his hand. I was the only one in that room. Everybody came. His heart rate was dropping. And it was just like, it was like, it's time. It's going to happen. Yeah.
But you could almost feel it too. It's interesting. Yeah.
You do feel it. And I swear I said to Zervain, I said, once everything was done, months later, I said, it was so eerie that I sat in that room and the nurse looked at me as if, why aren't you freaking out? Like she was just staring at me saying, why aren't you doing what you're like and it's hard. Like, you got to remember, this is very hard. And she just sat there just like, why are you so calm? Like, your dad's dying, right? And at one point I was like, maybe I don't think he's dying. Like, maybe that's what's comforting me. You know what I mean? It's just the here and the now and what people feel. But once that happens and you experience that, life is different.
Very different. Your
eyes are open to what realities are.
Yes.
You start to see that, right? So I get it. And it's hard. You watch people and you try to, I motivate. Like, that's what I do. My team's around here. You guys have seen it every Monday. And trying to teach them. I've watched people evolve on this team. You
That's
know, I've
amazing.
watched Dee, I've watched Glenn, I've watched Aaron, I've watched everybody evolve and change their lives and watch things, you know, crumble before them and then they build up, right?
Yeah.
So it's honestly what you're offering, I think, is when you messaged me, you know, at that time, you know, and I said to you, so I think it's a great idea you come here.
Yeah.
Let people know what's out there and offer to them. Everybody can read a book.
Yes.
I say this. Everybody can read a book, but to have the mentorship, to have that live body, to have that guidance is huge.
I agree.
And I thought that was huge. And I always said to my husband, if it wasn't for the damn pain in that session, I would go more. But Colin, it hurts. It hurts bad. Like, I'm not kidding. Like I say, you're like a 10-year-old did it. I'm like, I don't care about this 10-year-old. Okay, right now I'm dying with this pain. Like, it hurt.
That
His
is
face
so
hurt.
funny.
Like when it
when it's on the face,
it
yeah,
hurts.
it hurts.
I'm like,
yeah.
it hurts. But the reason why I would go is, you know, it was your mentorship. Like you would, I'm like, I'd feel empowered. I'd leave. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm going to conquer the world, man.
Absolutely.
And I started from ground zero with you.
Yeah.
Right. When
Yeah,
Zendaya
absolutely.
was born, we had I don't think we did social media at the time, but we were just starting. You're like, you're going to do it. It's going to happen. You know,
Absolutely.
envision it, put it in your mind. You were like, I'm like, oh yeah, let's do this. Yeah, I can do this. It's going down, right? Like to where I was to where I am today. Like honestly, but you were side by side. You would empower. Like every time I saw you walking into Vitality, that's what you did. You were like, yeah, that's you. You know, this and that. Like I loved it, right?
Yeah, thank you.
But you're good at that, you know, and you know, you're not just getting your hair done.
No,
You're not just
definitely
getting a massage.
No.
You're not just getting that painful treatment. I still don't know what it's
BIE.
called.
Notorious BIE.
You're not just doing that. You're getting the mentorship, whether it be with McGenna, whether it be with you, whether it be with any of your other therapists, you know, or the other hairdresser. You guys are educating them to be empowered people, to empower other people. And I love that.
Yeah. Like you're going to walk in feeling good, but you're going to walk out feeling 10 times better.
Yeah. Because it's inside out, right?
Yeah,
It's a great
absolutely.
place.
The atmosphere is amazing. And that's the goal. Like for me, it's like, I want to 10X people's lives because like right now,
Grant Cardone.
absolutely. Yes. Very good. So, cause I look at that, I'm thinking,
Look at you.
I don't know. It's funny because there's nothing wrong with like, if you're happy where you are right now, God bless, like keep it going. But like sometimes why not have a better relationship or like with your significant other or your children, your family?
You're right.
Why not attract more money?
100%.
Why not? It's going to better you and your family and the community.
But everybody needs improvement. Everybody needs a mentor.
100%.
It doesn't matter where you are in your life. Everybody needs that, right?
100%.
So I honestly, I'm so proud of, you know, from where, and that's what I was saying with your family, like growing up, like where we both were, right?
Yeah.
Seeing you on Sunday at the corner of the church, me sitting with my family. You know, my dad would always say, because you would walk in front of us because you were on Emerald.
Yeah, yeah.
My dad would always say, see how nice that guy is.
That's a good
so
boy.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice boy.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, Valter, I'm super excited. Like
Thank
you are
you.
awesome. I always think you're awesome. So,
Yes.
you know, thank
We
you
always
so
have a good
much.
time. We always
We
have a good
do.
time. Yeah, it's always fun.
We got to before we end the segment. You got to do the rap. Like,
What
let's
do you
do.
wanna-
Let's
what
do.
do you wanna rap?
Let's do.
I'm tall, talking handsome, and all that junk. Even black girls be saying, ooh, Valter's a hunk. Even Puerto Rican girls be calling me poppies. Some try to copy, but they look sloppy. Some imitators that want to step to a pork chop like me. Look, mama knew what. You didn't expect that, did you?
No, man. Do you see that? Colin?
Multifaceted.
Look at that. So, Valter, honestly, thank you so much for coming in. You're awesome. We're gonna link up with Vitality Health.
Yes.
You know, let's promote them. You know, you guys are doing something different in the city, in the country, everywhere, man. So let's link up. Let's make sure everybody's aware of it. We need more positive people. We need more positive vibes in this world that we so call, you know, like nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's. Today, my comment today on our chat was, life is unbearable. Let's be kind, right?
Yes,
so
absolutely.
let's try to make it more bearable for people, and you're doing that. So thank you. And thank you to our viewers for always listening. All right.